yeah, so basically, relationships, man. I believe that there are too many people in relationships. And I feel like it has diluted the importance of what it means to have a relationship with a person. So, oh, and let me let you guys know when I talk about being in a relationship. Being in a relationship is you as a human being relating to another human being in a personal manner normally. And when I talk about relationship, I'm talking about the opposite sex in some sort of romantic manner, either having sex with or just talking to, flirting with, wanting to be with. That is one of your relationship types you can have. You can have a committed relationship when you're just with one person, you only talk to one person, or you could have a relationship which people call single. There's no such thing as single. When you're single, you're not really single. You really have multiple relationships, but they're just not as strong as if you were to have one relationship with a person. You talk to these people every now and then, probably text them, whatever, you catch a little vibe or whatever. It's not as serious. And then when it grows to be serious, it takes the form of what you would call a relationship, where you're exclusive and whatnot, whatever. No, single is when you're completely alone and you're not talking to anybody and you're literally just focusing on yourself. Single is an occupational thing for me. I feel like when I decided to give myself the title of single, it was because I wanted to, and yeah, if you kind of missed that, yeah. But anyway, single is for people who just need to focus on themselves. Relationships are when you're focusing on being with another person. Single is, I'm single. I'm worried about myself. I'm not worried about fucking Sally, Shorty, and and being in DMs and shit like that. I'm not doing that. I'm single. Obviously, it's hard for us to stay single when we're single because you think you can just do all these things, but you got to realize the purpose for me of being single is to build myself to eventually to be able to be with somebody in a relationship. Now, it sounds a little crazy, and maybe the theory is I believe completely in what I'm saying. Sorry. Yeah, a lot of you people are single. A lot of people are in a relationship, but you call yourself single, which isn't the case. Just because you're not cuffed and you're in a committed relationship doesn't mean that you're, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're still chasing women and you're still using the same amount of time that you would be using on the opposite sex. But yeah, obviously, there's differences there. But yeah, people, just stop being one of those people who are just fucking around and call themselves single, because my theory is if we put a meaning behind the words that we use, we can literally form different realities. So if I'm telling you right now, listen, you're not single. If you're focusing on anybody else but yourself, understand that and listen, like we were talking about. Listen. Yeah. Now, I'm saying all that to say this. Relationships are very important. Relationships are a key in your life. You need relationships. Relationships are so important. Now, I'm not just talking about a man and a woman just being together and they talk to each other every now and then they hang out. No, when I'm in relationships, I mean everybody that you talk to. Obviously, there's going to be some relationships that are platonic or not sexual at all, possibly with the same sex, and there's going to be some relationships that are more sexual or personally arousing, romantic, whatever, with the opposite sex, if that's what you like. If you like the same sex, then you get different situations. If you like the opposite, but I'm going to go from what I know and where I'm speaking from my perspective. So, relationships are very important. Everybody you're feeding them in a relationship. You got to really understand how to listen to a person, help fix and make each other better, because relationships are needed for success. And you got to start attributing success and relationships, because every relationship in your life will attribute to your success. So, and yeah, I actually did say that in the shower, and I thought it was prolific, and I was like, wow, I'm on some deep shit right now. But yes, relationships are extremely important. I love being in relationships. I love the feeling of love. I love the feeling of I love the feeling of, intrigue. So don't get me wrong when I talk about being single versus being in a relationship. I'm a lovey-dovey nigga. If you really want to know about it, shit, you seen me already. I was on the gram. My ex is shorty, foot on my face, and all type of shit. Y'all saw me, and that's just who I am. Cool. But when I'm single, the whole purpose of me being single is to build myself, because I feel like maybe I'm not where I'm supposed to be. And it's so crazy because I'll quote Rick Ross. Oh, no, it wasn't Rick Ross. I'll quote Gucci. Gucci Mane said in his book, I think it was in his book. I know I read the book. I don't know if he said it in that book or I read it on the off-head comment. Gucci Mane was saying, he married Keisha Kayor, and he was like, yeah, but if he wasn't rich, he wouldn't marry her. And he said, because, as a man or just as a person, it's better to be rich and then get married versus, not have no money and have your wife struggling and all that stuff. You should earn marriage. I personally feel like there should be some more restrictions on marriage. It sounds fucked up, obviously, because, there's class systems and people having money, and you don't want to tell somebody that they have to pay for marriage, but I do feel like there should be some sort of renewal process every year with a marriage, where it's like, okay, I still love you this year. I pay my little $1,000. It'll go towards, a trip or some shit that we take or whatever. Some type of tax write-offable expense that you should be able to do to renew something, because marriage is obviously failing. I mean, we see that 50% of people who get married get divorced. So that must mean that 50% of people are not approaching these relationships correctly. And a lot of us, and I'm going to speak to our community, my community of people that, we grew up, where we grew up, and I know our problems. And a lot of our issues is we are living, how do I say this? Let me see. Without sound like an asshole. A lot of us are experiencing little kid activity in a grown-up relationship, and that's why our relationships don't develop. So there's some grown-ass women, grown-ass women out there, probably 25, 26, but they're picking their man up, at work, and fucking, at least he goes to work. Let me refrain. That's a bad example. I'm thinking about the woman who's 25, 26, and she's worried about her nigga cheating or doing certain things that they're not supposed to do, and they're supporting them, and they feel like they're being drained in the relationship. That isn't a good relationship, because you're dealing with somebody who doesn't know how to be on the level of relationship that you're at. And when you start realizing that you're supposed to find people who are at least at your same level of relationship, then you can be happy. If you're like two little kid-like motherfuckers, like kiddish motherfuckers, they get together and they love each other. Me, I'm not gonna say I'm kid-ish, kid-like. I feel like I have a maturity to myself, but I do have a childlike enthusiasm for my significant other. So yeah, I have fun. I like to have fun. I like to enjoy myself. I like to but I like people who like that too, and that's why I know as a relationship, my better relationships come when we have a good exchange where it's like, yo, I like you, you like me, and we can have fun and we can laugh together. And maybe if I'm somebody who's a more mellow person, a chill person, I might meld with somebody who's, another chill person. Or what might happen is, as a chill person, I might need somebody to hype me up, to even me out. Everybody's different in what they look for in a relationship. All I'm saying is relationships need to be paid a little bit more attention to, because they're very important if you are going to be in them. And if you're not going to be in them and you're going to be single, build yourself, read some books, build your mind. It sounds funny now that I look back on it, I've listened to audiobooks / read books. I've listened to audiobooks / read books about like relationships, just because I wanted to know if I was bugging or not. Like, sometimes I do just research. You do some research. You always want to find out what your significant other or partner is thinking. So, you do a little research. And I did some research. I was like, okay, I see where I'm fucking up. I see where I'm doing good. I see where I'm fucking up. And I see where I'm doing good. It's not too bad. It helped me self-assess. And I was in a relationship. And I now, outside of a relationship, can way better self-assess, because now I can really just think about all the things that I did with that person that may have been corny, all the things I did with the person that was lit, all the things that I know that I shouldn't do with another person because it didn't work out in the way I did it with that person, stuff like that. So relationships are great learning tools, but also being single is a great learning tool as well. And I feel like some of us need to learn to be single for a little while before we're in a relationship, because what happens is you're always used to attention. And I was like this at one point too. Always used to attention from female, or me, I'm going to say from females. Used to attention. And then you don't have it anymore because you're with one person. You just get one. It's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you don't understand that this one person is going to be way more important to you than like all the bitches that you go fuck with put together times 10, you're going to be like, damn, I wish I had some more bitches. Like, da-da-da. You're going to get back to your bullshit. And you learn, you really sit down, you learn, you say, okay, cool. You go through it. Now you have a girlfriend. Now you feel a type of way about it. Because I've had, not in my last relationship, but in relationships before that, I've had moments where I'm like, in my relationship, and I'm like, damn, son. Like I feel like it gets stale, and it's not that it's gotten stale. It's more so that I just stop exploring the whole situation. I stop opening my mind and learning from that person. But I was young at those times. Now I'm a little bit older, so obviously my goal is to have a good relationship with anybody that I have a relationship with, of course, but to build myself back up to be able to have someone to be my significant other, and I feel like I'm deserving of that person as well. So yeah, guys, single's an occupation for me right now. It's kind of weird that I kind of outed my singleness via the video, because a lot of people actually don't really know much about that, and I don't really care to speak about it, because the whole point of me being single is for me, like I said, fix my shit up, get my shit lit, do what I gotta do. But then it's kind of an insult to people if you are having any conversation with anybody and you're calling yourself single, and then saying that means you have nobody in your life. It's kind of fucked up, guys. But I don't know, man. We'll see where we're at on this one. And just let me know, and let me just let you know, love is amazing. I don't have any issues with love. Please don't tell me that you have any issues. Yo, can I do a quick time check, bro? How much time I got? 5 minutes? I might. All right. I'll give you guys 3. I'll give you guys a little bonus. Obviously we spoke about the joys of relationships on this episode, and the good things, the bad things. Well, not really the good things, the bad things, but just the real meta aspects of being in a relationship, and what it means to you and what it means to another person. I want to go into a topic that's kind of a little immature, a little childish, but I think it's something we should discuss. It's called body counts. Apparently, in our culture, we know our culture, there's something that we call the amount of sexual people we've had sex with. We call it our body count. And it's so crazy, because I really got a theory. Well, I know I don't have a theory. I have not. It has to be fact if everybody's telling the truth. As a man, I meet mad guys and they'd be like, yeah, bro, I got this amount of bodies. I'm like, cool. And I meet women. Women be like, I only got this amount of bodies. I'm like, okay. So how my mans could say he fucked 25 girls and every single girl I meet said they only fucked 3 niggas? That math does not add up. So some bitches is getting fucked, and these girls are lying about it. And niggas is, listen, I am the first nigga to say, listen, niggas, our bitches is out here getting fucked. And this sounds really ignorant, but it is what it is. Stop shaming women for having sex with men, because we like to have sex with women. When you stop shaming them, they might give it up. They might fuck with you. They might, you know what I'm saying? They might catch a vibe. Safely, obviously, protected. But yeah, stop making it hard for yourself. If you really like women and y'all really want to be on y'all shit, y'all really trying to fuck with bad biddies and shit like that, stop shaming women for doing exactly what the fuck you want them to do. I think it's 2019 now. It's going to be 2020, and we all just want to live a more enlightened life. We want to try new things. We want to live new. We don't want to fucking do the same shit we do in 2017, 2016. We're living life to live life. So let's try to stop this body count shit. Let's try. I don't know how, but shorty, go out and just, there's no, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say you should just go out and just tell niggas how much bodies you really got. And honestly, I don't need to know. Maybe we just not talk about it. How many bodies I got, how many bodies I got. No, that's childish shit. So I just thought it was a funny topic to bring up and talk about, just because I remember being a younger person and that used to matter a lot to me, and sex used to be a very a different thing to me at that time. But now I'm a little bit older. Yeah. So anyway, it's Davy Jones, your lowly aircraft mechanic / CEO, hood lawyer, business nurse, because I do all the work, soul vibe lyricist, aka speaker of speeches, and teacher or listener that teaches, and nigga who lives in New York. And yeah, we just had that episode on relationships, and if you think I'm bugging out, or you think that you want to hit me up because I'm single, nah. But yeah, correct me if I'm wrong.